What's up, family? So, we are going to read chapter 3 out of the book Don't Believe Everything You Think. I did get this off the TikTok shop. Also, you can find it on Amazon. You can find it anywhere. This is a pretty thin book, short read. So far, so good. It's definitely helped me in real life. The day I had to catch myself. I was in a car the other day, right? And this person wouldn't let me get over. Like, you clearly see I'm trying to get over. And I hate when people do that. Like, you try to get over and they can let you over, but they speed up, like being a smartass. And I was so pissed off, like, bitch, let me get over. I was so pissed off that I couldn't wait. I was about to, I kind of got on her ass, like really close behind her or whatever, just stayed on. And then I caught myself. I'm like, you're allowing the outside world to control your emotions. And I sat and I just immediately, I'm like, you know what? She can't feel, the person in that car can't feel how I'm feeling. I can't project how she made me feel onto her. Like, she don't even know what's going on in my car right now. Like, and so as I got off the ramp, I was getting onto the highway. I get off the ramp. So I just let it go. I was finna try to race her or whatever, but I just let it go. And so we get off the ramp, right? We're, how you trying to get into onto the highway, merge onto the highway. I merge onto the highway after her, and she gets stuck behind this semi. So I go around her, and then I sped up, and then this lady got stuck behind the semi trying to get past, but cars just kept coming, and I left her eyes. I didn't even try to do it on purpose. I was going to try to do something on purpose because I was so irritated with this woman, but I just caught myself and I said, you know what? I ain't even gonna let it bother me. My reaction has all the power. I can't control what happens to me on the outside. I can't control life happening to me, but I can control my reaction. So either way, I still won. The universe had my back. Like I always say, universe, every morning, like I say, universe, how can I serve you today? Just so the universe can say back to me, it's a mirror. How can I serve you today? And that day, the universe most definitely served me. The universe most definitely served me. So, okay, so we are on chapter 3, and chapter 3 is called Why Do We Think? Why do we think? I'm curious to know that. I'm curious. All right. I think and think and think. I've thought myself out of happiness 1 million times, but never once into it. I could say the same for me. And that was a quote by Jonathan Safran Foer. All right. As humans, we have evolved. Wait, excuse me. Let me start that over. As humans, we have evolved to develop a sophisticated ability to rationalize, analyze, and think because it simply helps us survive. That kind of makes sense to me in the fact that a lot of times we're like conditioned to look more on the negative side of things. So yeah, I can see how it helps us survive. I can see how our mind helps us survive because most times, most of us, we think negative, and when we think negative, we don't want the negative to happen, so we're like in fight or flight mode all the time. Most times, us as humans, we tend to, the negative side of things have more power over the positive. Like, for example, if you go on Amazon and you looking for something that you want to buy, and you go to the reviews, you could see 100,000 positive reviews. Once you come to that first negative review, it stops you. You thinking about, that one negative review out of 1 million positive reviews will stop you from getting that item because the negativity is way more powerful than the positive. I don't know why it is, but it's just the world we live in. Positivity is less powerful in this world than negativity. It's just how it is. Crazy, but it is what it is. Our minds do an incredible job of keeping us alive, but it does not allow us to thrive. Hmm. It is centered solely, wait, it is concerned solely with our safety and survival, not fulfillment and joy. That's news to me because how? How? Ain't our mind supposed to help us, thrive? Let me read more. Let me read more. The mind's job is to alert us of potential dangers in our environment that may threaten our lives. It does its job so well that not only will it scan our immediate surroundings for threats, but it will even reference our backing of past experiences to create hypothetical scenarios and predict what it thinks could be future potential dangers based on our memories. Okay. Okay, I get it, but I don't. I'm understanding it. It's kind of growing on me. The understanding is kind of slowly filling up within me. But I mean, it does make sense though, because I'm always, trying to protect myself. I'm always in my head trying to protect myself from something. I think a lot of us is we're guilty of that. Not that it's a bad thing, just for protection, you know. None of this is wrong by any means. The mind is simply doing what it was designed to do. When we don't understand that its only duty is to help us survive, then we will get angry and frustrated with it. Makes sense. A lot of times we let things get us angry or get us out of character because we don't understand that the mind is only meant to help us survive. When the mind ain't really moving how we think it should move or making us feel the way we think we should feel in a moment, we get mad, we get angry and things like that. We get mad, but we really a lot of times we're mad at ourselves, but we're projecting that anger that we have at us into things on the outside. You think that thing or that person is making you mad, but no, you actually choosing mad as your response. What do I always say? Your reaction holds all the power. A lot of times people only say things to get you out of character. They're only say negative things to you because they're looking for a specific reaction. That's why you have to control your emotions. You got to control your reaction because your reaction holds all of the power. Your reaction holds all of the power. And I'm telling you, when somebody tried to provoke you and you react, you did exactly what they wanted you to do. That means they have control over you in some way. Their words move you. You allow their words to pierce you so much that it changed the way you act, that it makes you change who you are. It brings you out of character. That's how much their words mean to you. That's how much you value their opinion to the point it changes who you are. No, can't do that. All conflict is derived from an innocent misunderstanding. Our mind's duty is to keep us alive. Our consciousness duty is to help us feel fulfilled. Your soul is the reason why you're even on this journey in the first place, to find peace, love, and joy for yourself. Truth. That is why sometimes you are pulled to do something. You don't even know why you love doing what you're doing. That's because it's in your soul. It's what it's if it's your soul's purpose. This is how I'm feeling right now, cuz me reading these books, cuz a lot of times I used to feel as if I know I have a calling. I know I have a calling. I know I must be heard. But I didn't know how to get my messages out there. And my job here is to help others free their minds from the cages that society put on them. That is my job. And so the way I found out a way to do that, I finally found it, and it's by reading self-help books and putting my 2 cents as I read. That's the way I'm going to get my message across. So I've always felt that. I've always felt like I want to help people. Cause some things in life, as I was growing up, some things that was normal, it just wasn't normal to me. Like getting married. I never really believed in marriage. I never really understood relationships because I always looked at it like, dang, it just to me it just don't make sense to live with a person for the rest of your life. I've definitely tried it. I've definitely lived with people and things like that. And I realized about myself that um I can't live with another human being. I cannot live with another human being. I can't. And that is okay. That is okay. That may not be normal to a lot of people. That may sound crazy to some people, but it's not crazy for me. I need my space, and that's a boundary that I recently put for myself, that I created for myself. If I'm going to get in any type of relationship, if you want to get in any kind of relationship with me, you have to understand we have to have separate homes. If you can't do that, you're not the one for me. You're not the one for me. And it's just it. I am totally okay. If I find somebody in life, that will fulfill me, great. Great. But if I don't, I'm not going to die. I am okay with growing old alone with cats. I'm totally fine with that. I am totally fine with that. It was one point in time where I was scared. I used to be scared to be like, I don't want to live alone. I don't want to grow old alone because I'm gonna need somebody to take care of me. What if I need somebody to take care of me? And that's when I thought, you know what? You got to take care of yourself. You can't be living your life thinking that you can't just be living your life carelessly and then just expecting people to take care of you. Look at the doctors or the older people homes now. Like a lot of people don't really care about these jobs like that. And the last thing I want to do is be in a nursing home when I'm older and being taken care of by people who really don't want to take care of me. That's the last thing I want, you know. And I'm not going to be put in a nursing home. I'm telling you that now. I'm not going to be put in a nursing home. Why? Because I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to make sure I'm healthy enough to take care of myself until the day that I transition to the other side, you know. But anyway, yeah, but like I was saying, your soul, like that's why sometimes you are pulled to something you don't even know why. You just got this passion for things. Like even in school when I was growing up, it was like I was in the first or second grade, and it was this guy in my class that knew how to draw so good, and I just didn't understand. And it's like, how do you know how to draw like that, and you're young? Like how? I can never. All I can draw is smiley faces and stick people. This motherfucker was drawing at a elite level in the second fucking grade. So I know it's something within his being. It's his sole purpose to make art, to draw. That's his sole purpose. It's not in me. My sole purpose is to talk, to teach, to inspire. Because as I grew up, I used to get in trouble for sitting on a sink in the bathroom. I used to get in trouble for talking to myself in the mirror. A couple of folks in my family used to sit their ear on the bathroom door and hear me talking to myself. I would always have this deep voice like I was a man or I was just talking. I love to look at myself and talk like I'm doing now. My sole purpose was to be on a fucking camera and talk to people, tell people about my experiences, and hopefully me telling y'all about my experiences will help y'all in return. This is my sole purpose. When you are young, the thing that you did the most, that's your sole purpose. It's just sometimes we grow up and then you have older people telling you that's not realistic. You ain't nobody in our family became a doctor, so you ain't gonna become a doctor. You can be whatever the fuck you want to be. The thing that you focused on the most as a kid, that you put the most joy in, that's what you're supposed to be doing as an adult. You are not supposed to be out here working 9 to 5s and being stressed out. You're not. But that's just what we were. That's just how the life works right now. That's just how life works. We are supposed to be loving what we do. And what we love and loving what we do is tapping back into your younger self when you was maybe 6 back then. The thing you love to do, not even that young, but the thing that you love the most to do when you were young. And that's how I figured it out for me. You know, I used to love talking to myself. I used to put on mustaches. I don't know, I used to always pretend to be a man talking. I do not know why. Nose used to be flared up like this. And I used to be like, yeah, so anyway. Uh Literally just saying random shit in the mirror looking at myself. Cause I love to do that. I love doing this shit. I love it. But it's a passion of mine. It's a passion. And anybody who know me know I love this shit. I love to be on camera talking to myself. I ain't even got to talk to nobody. I'm just talking to myself. And whatever I'm saying to myself, I know something that I said is going to help somebody out there. But we almost done. We almost done. Your mind has done an amazing job at what it was made to do. But now you may relieve it of its job because we no longer live in the wild where death could be right around the corner in a bush. If we keep using our minds, we will constantly stay in a state of flight or fight or flight, anxiety, fear, frustration, depression, anger, resentment, and all negative emotions because the mind thinks everything is a threat to our very existence. I understand it. I'm understanding it now. Thinking, yeah, yeah. Our mind is literally what causes us to live the life that we live. The way you look at things will shape. The way you see things with your mind's eye is what will shape it outside into the physical. What's going on in the physical right now, it started here. You have to look at things differently. You have to look at things different in order to change the way you live. And I'm trying to think of an example. Um, let's say you hate going to work. You hate your job. You know. So if you know you hate your job and every day you go in, you're feeling you just got an attitude and everything like that, and you working with somebody that's happy and they love their job. They love their job. The only difference between the two of you is what's going on up here. That's the only difference. You change this, you change the outside. You change the mental, you change the physical. So if you're always in the negative state, you always resenting, you're always jealous, you're always talking down, you're always mad and angry, you're going to create chaos in your outside physical reality. That's you're always thinking that, but if you change the way you think, your physical reality will change. It all starts up here. And you just got to understand it. And I promise you, I'm understanding more and more. I've been crazy about the mind since about 2019. I've been reading a lot of books on what goes on up here, but this is the first book that actually helped me understand deeper. It like breaks it down in a way for dummies. It breaks it down in a way for dummies, and I'm understanding because at the beginning of this chapter, I didn't understand how the mind, didn't help us, or didn't help fulfill us. I didn't understand it, but now I understand it because the mind, it helps us survive. So we're automatically going to scan for negativity and things like that. We're automatically going to go negative because the mind is designed to protect us. So in order to protect us, it got to look for the dangers outside of you to help what to do to save yourself, right? So, yeah. Anyway, we are almost done. If you want to be free, happy, peaceful, and full of love, then you will need to let go of listening only to your mind and go beyond it by tuning into something much greater that will help you not just to survive, but to thrive. So go beyond, go to the unknown. That's the problem. A lot of us are we're scared of the unknown. That's what keeps us going back to what broke us. That keeps us what's going backtracking. That's what keeps us backtracking into things that was not meant for us. The unknown. But if you just live optimistically, go with the flow, just work for the universe, the universe is going to work for you. I promise. Because things like, what if it goes well? Why can't we just say, man, what if this goes well? We're always thinking, man, what if I fail? What if I don't get the job? What if we always result to that negative side of thinking? But what if you pass? What if you get hired? That's the thing. That's the reason we do that, I feel like, is because when you think negative, you can kind of control things. Like you already expecting the negative. So once you expecting something to happen, you know what's going to happen after that. And in that sense, you have a sense of control over that. But when you think, when you change your thinking to, what if I pass? Or what if it goes well? You don't know what's going to happen after that. You don't know what could possibly happen if you pass. It's hard to look into the unknown. We're scared of the unknown. That's why we resort to the negative thinking first. That's why it's a practice. That's why you have to practice. That's why meditation is vital sometimes, because you have to control your mind. Meditation is the practice to help you control your mind, because a lot of us don't know how to control our minds. Our minds are controlling us, and meditation will definitely help you, because when you meditate, a lot of times people don't think they're meditating or correctly because your mind is all over the fucking place. You have all these thoughts. You want to sit still and you want to focus on your breath, but you're itching in places, and then you think you messed up because you had to itch or scratch an itch in a place that never really fucking itch. You itching on the bottom of your foot. All of a sudden, now that you meditating, you hearing everything. You thinking of all these negative thoughts. All these thoughts are coming to you at the same time, and you think you're not meditating right. But this is going to happen. You have to regain your focus back into your breath, into your breath. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't meditate long enough to start to gain control over their thoughts. Their thoughts are all over the place, and most people can't sit with their thoughts. That's why people fail at meditating, because the thoughts you have, I'm telling you, the thoughts will come. You'll have too many thoughts, negative thoughts. A lot of these thoughts are not even your thoughts. So that's why a lot of times people stop meditating. You need to, at least, if you starting to meditate, you need to at least meditate at least 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Let anything less than 30 minutes, you're not going to accomplish the goal. At least 30 minutes. I would say at least 45 for me. But when you first starting, at least 30, because I'm telling you, your mind will eventually calm down. You just gotta continue. It's a practice. It's just like going to the gym. You training a muscle. You training this muscle by meditating. I'm telling you, meditation will definitely give you the answers that you're looking for. You know the answers, but you have so many thoughts going on throughout the day that you can't find the right answers. But meditation will bring the answers that you really need in your life at this moment. Meditation will do that. So, um, I think I kind of went on a little longer than I expected, but anyway, I thank y'all so much for being here, listening to me read this. Don't believe everything you think. I'm starting to get it. I understand it. This is amazing. This is amazing. So like I always say, through every struggle a statement is made. And wait, let me start that over. Thank you for tuning in to Free World TV. And as I always say, through every struggle a statement is made. It's your girl Free, and I'm out.